Yo skaters, this was one way to brake. There's a lot of them. It can be scary to inline skate, but in this video I'm gonna help you stop. So whenever you're out skating, you know how to stop. There's 6 different ways, at least that I know of, that you can brake. Some of them are better in some situations, some of them are cooler, more fun, more efficient. So I'm gonna go through the 6 different ways for you to stop in a safe manner and basically teach you how to do them, so when you're out skating you can feel safer or you can feel a little cool whenever you brake. I am gonna do this on a closed off bicycle path over here. It's very non-trafficked, and I suggest you do the same, especially if you're new to these. Wear a helmet if you feel like you need it. Knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, those are fantastic, not only because they'll protect you if you fall, but you do skate a little better if you feel safe and secure, and that allows you to throw yourself into this, and that is how we learn. So make sure you have your equipment on point. If you're not looking to brake, but instead go faster, I recommend you check out all the training plans I have in the description below. There's a video, some of them are for marathon practice, some of them are simply just building speed and acceleration. There's dry land, weightlifting, so look those up. But for now, we are gonna get going or stopping. Let's get to it. Okay, so I mic'd this up so you can understand what I'm doing and why I use these different ways of braking. Now the first one is probably the most comfortable one because you're constantly in the middle of your skates, and that way you can do it more aggressively if you want to slow down faster, but you can also do it at a very chill pace. So say you get a little bit of speed, and this one's called the ski brake. So you really just tilt your skates inwards until you come to a complete stop. If you want to stop faster, you apply a little more pressure. If you really don't need to stop immediately, you can do tiny baby steps, and it's gonna feel really comfortable that way. That one is the ski brake. For all these, it's key that you do have your weight sort of centered on the skates, or even a little towards the toes, because you want to put pressure there so you can pause your skating and come to a standstill. The next one here is the baby step slalom. The one I use the most because it's very comfortable, especially if you're doing interval skating or something intense. What you really just do, slalom here. And then by doing these baby steps where you put pressure on the side, let's demonstrate again. You stop. Especially in ice skating, this one is fantastic. Of course, it takes a little more space because you are moving slalom wise, but it's fun. I enjoy it. Very little strain on your knees, and it does not tire you in any way. So that's why I love this one. The next one here is the circle stop. Come with the speed here, and then you really just make circles where you put pressure on the outside of your skates. If you do this well, you can feel a little here in the butt, but that way is gonna stop you. If you have the control to do it, you can do it in a single stop where you just press your skates out, and then it's gonna stop you immediately. Now, this one is basically kamikaze. I would only use this one as a last resort because it does come with a big risk. That said, I've used it many times, especially for urban skating and things where, you know, there can be a car pulling out from the side, or maybe the downhill was a little more down than you expected it to be. And for that one, it's really just, I call it the kamikaze, but the idea is jump off the road, and you will find that most surfaces, they will slow you down a lot more than asphalt and tarmac. So even if you're at high speed, this is fairly safe. The key here is to have one skate in front of the other, have your weight a little towards the heels, and then you glide out here. So you're obviously gonna notice, because this surface will slow you down, if you don't have your weight towards the back, it's very easy to tilt forward. And if you have the skates right next to each other and they both hit a stone or rock, you tilt forward. Whereas if you have one here, if that one hits the rock, you have the other to balance. Just like people do ski jumping, I assume. They land with one leg in front of the other. It's great stability, little space between your knees as well. That way you can be agile from side to side, but also forward backwards. So if you do use the kamikaze, make sure to have a little space in between your feet and make sure to have one foot in front of the other. Now this next one is also sort of in the same ballpark. It's an emergency brake. It is the T brake. This one is not lovely for the knees. I wouldn't recommend it if you want to save money on your wheels, because it will wear out your wheels and it's going to be a lot of pressure putting on this knee. But the idea is that you come skating and then you do this. It is a comfortable brake in the way that it's super efficient. You can easily adjust how much weight you apply here on the rear skate to stop down. And it's very good control because you will have your body weight a little center between the two. So if you were to lose stability, you can always be a little more on one leg or the other. So in that way, it's a nice brake, but I would not recommend it. It's not good for your wheels. They're gonna end like with a V shape. And yeah, it's not great for your knees either. It does put a lot of strain on the inner tendon here because you're gonna drag that after you. So don't make that a habit, but if necessary, it's a great alternative to the kamikaze and it's a lot safer. Now, if you're wilder, I wouldn't do this one on ice skates, at least not if they're sharp. You can do the power stop, where you glide around and then you simply just stop by letting the wheel slide out. This one takes a little more skill and it's more aggressive. So you can see here, you do kind of twist it around, and then the harder you want to stop, the more body weight you put on that skate. This one is super big in downhill skating. Obviously the wheels are better at sliding, and it is a little sketchy. It's not one that we do a lot in the world of speed skating, so, but it's a cool trick to know, and it is again very efficient because you really just put the entire skate down there, and the key is to be all in basically. Tilt the body weight and then push with that one and let it slide out there. If you have brand new wheels, it is very complicated, but you know, as they wear out, it's easier getting that slide momentum and then being able to stop with the power slide. Stop. Those are the 6 different ways that I personally use. If there are any cool ways, efficient ways, smart ways to brake when you're out skating, honestly, I would love to hear from you guys. Love to learn about skating. I love skating, so maybe share that with me, the rest of the community. If you have other questions when it comes to skating, I would love to hear from you, because when I'm not busy training for my 3rd Olympics, this is what I do. I make cool videos and I share all the stuff that took me 2 decades to figure out, so that you can learn it right away. I appreciate you tuning in for this. I hope you want to give it a subscribe. If you have friends that struggle with braking, feel free to share the video. And yeah, if you want to get faster or just more comfortable in your skates, check out all the links below, and then just see you for the next video. I'm Victor. Bye.